Premier Rutte brengt een bliksembezoek aan Bagdad.
Kijk, de strijd, het verslaan van ISIS in zichzelf is een groot doel. Maar natuurlijk wil je het op een manier doen dat daarna er ook zoveel mogelijk rust is. Het zal niet meteen Zwitserland worden morgen, maar dat er wel weer een situatie is waarin het land verder kan.
Julian Assange over de beschuldigingen van Hillary Clinton.
The presidential candidate, Hillary Clinton, is now becoming the security candidate, saying everyone else is Russian agents.
In de peilingen neemt ze steeds meer afstand van Donald Trump. Maar de tegenstand voor Hillary Clinton komt ook nog uit een andere hoek. De klokkenluidersite Wikileaks onthulde onlangs al schadelijke e-mails over de Democratische Partij en zegt de komende tijd met nog veel meer naar buiten te komen over de Clinton-campagne. Volgens Wikileaks-oprichter Julian Assange kan het Clinton flinke schade toebrengen. Zometeen een gesprek met hem, maar eerst gaan we 2 weken terug naar de Democratische Conventie in Philadelphia.
Het had een feest voor de democratie moeten worden. De Democratische Conventie waar Hillary Clinton tot presidentskandidaat werd verkozen. Maar Julian Assange wist de feestvreugde danig te temperen. Wikileaks publiceerde duizenden e-mails waaruit bleek dat de Democratische Partij die andere kandidaat, Bernie Sanders, systematisch had tegengewerkt. Nog tijdens de Democratische Conventie moest partijvoorzitter Wasserman het veld ruimen. De publicatie van de gelekte mails en het opstappen van de partijvoorzitter, het was een prachtcadeau voor concurrent Trump.
The system's rigged and she was rigging the system for Hillary. As soon as there's heat put on Hillary's person, Hillary says, "You're fired. Debbie, you're fired. Get out of here. I don't want anything to do with it. Debbie, you're fired, Debbie."
Behoorlijk in verlegenheid gebracht door de affaire wijst Hillary Clinton Rusland aan als het lek.
We know that Russian intelligence services, which are part of the Russian government, which is under the firm control of Vladimir Putin, hacked into the DNC, and we know that they arranged for a lot of those emails to be released.
Is het echt een opzetje van Rusland of is het een persoonlijke strijd van Assange tegen Clinton, voor wie hij hoe dan ook weinig lovende woorden heeft?
I was asked this question, did I prefer Clinton or Trump? And I mean, the answer is, well, you're asking, do I prefer cholera or gonorrhea?
Assange heeft al laten weten dat hij binnenkort met meer onthullingen komt over de campagne van Hillary Clinton.
Ja, Julian Assange houdt zich al 4 jaar verscholen in de ambassade van Ecuador in Londen om te voorkomen dat hij uitgeleverd kan worden aan Zweden. Dat wil hem nog steeds verhoren over een mogelijke verkrachting. Vanmiddag sprak ik met Assange vanuit de ambassade en ik vroeg hem eerst wat zijn nieuwe onthullingen over Hillary Clinton precies behelzen.
We have a lot of material related to the US election campaign, including related to Hillary Clinton's campaign, to the Clinton Foundation, and to the DNC.
And does it come from the same source, this leak, or this hack, perhaps, as the other emails?
We don't. It's a matter of policy. We never discuss sources, ruling them out, ruling them in, etc., because we can play an elimination game to try and find out our sources. But suffice to say that there is intense interest in the US election, and it has been a driver for a number of interested people to submit material to the media, including WikiLeaks.
If you're so fond of democracy, if this is about democracy, does it matter that the source of these emails, or the source of the hacking at least, is most likely from a country that doesn't take democracy very seriously, Russia, because that is what has been published?
Well, that's false. James Clapper, the head of US intelligence, has come out and said that they have no attribution in relation to who supplied WikiLeaks material. They're not certain as to motive, and there's our publications, and then there's various hacks that have occurred in the United States over the past 2 years from a wide variety of actors. And there has been a deliberate conflation by the Hillary Clinton campaign, of course, to try and distract from the revelations of rigging the nomination process to go, oh, look, Russia or something like that. But that's, from a journalistic point of view, we get this kind of things all the time. Whenever we publish about some major institution, they're always trying to make a distraction. But I think it is a serious claim by the Clinton campaign. Why do I say that? Well, because they have now said that an electoral candidate, Trump, is somehow an agent of the Russians. They've said another investigative publisher, The Intercept, is an agent of the Russians or stooge of the Russians. That WikiLeaks is. Even in the Bernie Sanders process, they tried to imply that. So this harkens back to a very grim period in US history of McCarthyism, where anyone you're politically opposed to, you say is an agent of a foreign government. Yeah, but isn't this what it's about mostly? I mean, you've spoken about Hillary Clinton in the past many times. You don't want to see her even near the White House. You've made that very clear. Is this pure journalism, or is this also a personal vendetta? Because it sometimes seems like it. No, WikiLeaks speaks about power. It is nothing to do with my personal position. I'm the editor of WikiLeaks. I have a professional responsibility. The organization.
But you said you've said that you like to crush bastards.
We would never not publish such information once we had verified it to be true.
You would publish it about the Trump campaign as well?
Of course. We would love to publish such information. Perhaps we will. You have to watch that space. But what's the allegation here? That CNN wouldn't publish it? That the New York Times wouldn't publish it? I think that's a very interesting question. And I actually think perhaps they wouldn't publish it. But sources trust that we will publish as long as it's of interest to the public.
In case a foreign government does interfere with US elections, wouldn't it be interesting for the public to know? Wouldn't they need to know?
Well, what we have here is proof that Hillary Clinton's campaign and the head of the Democratic Party did interfere with the US elections.
Yeah, but these can both be true. I mean,
four heads have rolled as a result. This question about countries spying on each other, we know, in fact, it is the United States National Security Agency that is the most aggressive spyer on other nations. And we have obtained evidence, which we will publish in due course, about US intelligence agencies interfering in European elections. So
does that make this right, in case it's true? I mean,
yes, of course, it's an interesting question that people should look at.
Are you trying to influence the election result in the US?
We're doing as we always have done. We're trying to educate our audience to understand how the world works in practice, so they can make their decisions as to what they want to do, including who they want to support, who they want to vote for, etc.
Assange wil dus niet onthullen wie zijn bronnen zijn voor de democratische e-mails. Maar aan het eind van het gesprek doet hij op zijn minst een opmerkelijke suggestie. En die heeft met Russische hackers weinig te maken. Het gaat om een moord op straat in Washington op 8 juli op Seth Rich. Dat is een medewerker van de Democratische Partij. In Amerika haalde de vooralsnog onopgeloste moord nauwelijks de voorpagina's. Maar Assange brengt hem ter sprake als het gaat over klokkenluiders.
Whistleblowers go to significant efforts to get us material and often very significant risks. As a 27-year-old works for the DNC, who was shot in the back, murdered just 2 weeks ago for unknown reasons as he was walking down the street in Washington. So
that was just a robbery, I believe, wasn't it?
No, there's no finding. So
what are you suggesting? What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that our sources take risks, and they become concerned to see things occurring like that.
But was he one of your sources then? I mean,
we don't comment on who our sources are.
But why make the suggestion about a young guy being shot in the streets of Washington?
Because we have to understand how high the stakes are in the United States, and that our sources are, our sources face serious risks. That's why they come to us, so we can protect their anonymity.
But it's quite something to suggest a murder. That's basically what you're doing.
Well, others have suggested that. We are investigating to understand what happened in that situation with Seth Rich. I think it is a concerning situation. There's not a conclusion yet. We wouldn't be willing to state a conclusion, but we are concerned about it. And more importantly, a variety of WikiLeaks sources are concerned when that kind of thing happens.
Ja, en vanavond heeft WikiLeaks een beloning uitgeloofd van $20.000 voor informatie die leidt tot de veroordeling van de moordenaar van deze Seth Rich.